My name is Nandi, Zulu. I come from the beautiful town of KwaNongoma, which is in northern Zululand. I am the fourth child of Queen Buhle Kamate and the late His Majesty the King Zwelithini Goodwill Bebu Zulu. I have now 4 brothers and I have 2 sisters. I wear a lot of hats, but I think something that really resonates with me currently is I am the ambassador for Thanda Group, which is a hospitality industry, and they own a game reserve up in Hluhluwe in northern Zululand. And I'm also the Staff for Life Ambassador, which is an initiative which supports schools up in Hluhluwe and in the townships, and also in Namibia and also Sweden. My journey currently was motivated by my late father, who actually had an idea of me being part of Thanda, so that I could also interact with the communities and also be able to market the hospitality industry. As you know, in the game reserves, we have the Big Five, and it's part of the economic development of the local communities. So it is a bit of an emotional one because he was very passionate about the conservation and the protection of the animals, and especially the rhino. So that's how I got involved, and I pray that it's something that I will be able to do for quite a while and advocate for, especially for the nature and the game reserves and the protection of the rhino, because it is contributing towards the upliftment of the community, as there are a lot of communities that are employed by the local game reserves, not specifically speaking about the one that I work for, Thanda Group, but also there are so many that are around, but also the protection of the rhino is not just solely for one game reserve, but it's a collective, which is something very powerful. Well, my colleague, Pierre, who's the CEO of Thanda, he actually challenged me. He said, well, you know, there's this, would you like to be the first princess to jump for rhino? And I did not hesitate. It's something I've always been scared of, but then I said, you know what, if I just throw myself at it, it's something that I think I'll enjoy. But mostly it was the initiative behind the jump. You know, it was life-changing for me because I never thought I would actually jump out of an airplane. But, you know, KZN Rhino did it, you know, it was very comfortable for me. And, you know, I was scared, but, you know, I did it, you know, so that was something fun for me. That was something fun. I have a very interesting background. From my childhood, I was sent to Swaziland to go live with my aunt, so I did my preschool there in Babane, and then I went to my local school in Nongoma, and then I went to various boarding schools. I went to a Roman Catholic school, and then I went to do my high school at St. Anne's College in Pietermaritzburg at Hilton. And then I went to Pretoria to study business communication. I was there for 4 years, and it was lovely. I loved Pretoria. Pretoria is got the jacarandas, and the people there are very friendly, so I loved it. And then I went to do management advanced program at Wits Business School, and then I started working full-time at a communications company, and then I found myself back in KZN, and yes, I'm here working as an ambassador for Thanda. You know, as a person who comes from a very cultured, traditional background, you know, I'm Zulu, so I need to uphold my stand on tradition, and not shy away about who I am, because that's my identity, and also just evolving a little bit, but not forgetting who I am, because the world is evolving, and we also need to evolve as the world changes, but also just stand firm on who we are. So I feel that people need to embrace that. It's very important to stand firm on your background. When you're born into a family, there are values that you live by. It doesn't matter whether you Zulu, Sotho, Xhosa, or Pedi, or English or Afrikaans or French, or there are certain things that you need to live by, and it starts at home. The way you are brought up by your parents or the elders in your family, it solidifies a firm background of who you are going to be. And for you to hold on to those values, it's very important, and it's very difficult in this world, because sometimes you get exposed to so many things and those things start trickling away and you forget. But to uphold things like, respect, honoring, being brave, being kind, being forgiving, being compassionate, and also understanding that you are put in this family for a reason. Those are the things that should take you into the world. For me, I think just seeing poverty is a challenge. Yes, I would assume it's for everybody, but for me, I take it very personal, because as somebody who comes from the royal family, I feel that I have the responsibility to also contribute towards the upliftment of the community, looking for opportunities on how they can excel. It doesn't matter where they are, whether they're in primary school or they're the elderly, but to actually try and upskill people in realizing their dream. It's very important to look at those opportunities. And also, I'm a person who likes to serve, because I feel that when you serve, you receive much more. So the challenges that I see every day, they drive me to do what I do and to do much more. The Star for Life program that I'm involved in as an ambassador is an initiative where children in areas where there's just teachers, like mainstream teachers, they teach them, but then the teachers don't have the time to actually go an extra mile to motivate them. So the program has got coaches who are sitting down with the learners and motivating them to go for their dreams, because dreaming, for me, I think it's a very difficult thing to actually dream and to try and fulfill those dreams. So those coaches, they're very passionate, they're very intimate with the children in terms of making them understand the power of dreaming and wanting to push yourself to realize your dream. And I've seen the success of the program where the kids light up when they realize that they can do so much more outside of school. They can dream to be big things. I'm where I am because somebody motivated me. So it's very important that every day we speak life to each other, especially young people, and to guide them, and be an example to say, you can achieve certain things, but also just guiding them on how to achieve those dreams. It's very important. Well, I have my own foundation called the Princess Nandi Zulu Foundation. The reason why I started this foundation was because I saw a gap that when these children, the learners, are out of school, if they want to pursue careers, obviously they financially it must be daunting for the parents, because the mainstream teaching is not sufficient. Your educator can only tell you, okay, I can only take you up to grade 12. But then what happens next? So using the foundation, so I've also started, I'm also an aspiring golfer. I've done golf clinics for children in the rural areas, and I've seen the opportunity that, we can try and raise some funding for at least maybe 10 or even 20 kids, learners to go into university. So that's what I'm currently busy with. So we'll just hope for the success. The advice that I would give to any young person is keep calm. Really try and keep calm in such a thorny world, because things are thorny and things are gonna get thorny, and we need to at least try and be calm. Try and draw more from yourself, from your inner self. If not, there must be people around you that can assist you to keep calm, because life is tough, unfortunately, but we need to be resilient, we need to be strong, and we need to strive, and we must not quit. Giving up is not an option, you know. Challenges are there to teach us to be strong. So that's what I would advise to young people, that, you know what, keep strong and keep calm and be yourself. Do what you like. Don't follow your friends just because somebody wants to do nursing and then you also go and do nursing, but follow your passion, because your passion is going to take you globally. So that's the advice that I would give to young people. I have so many goals. I am currently writing a book about my late father. And my goal is to actually finish the book. I had started before he passed, but then, you know, I couldn't write for 2 years. It was a very painful experience, but also a time where I was also drawing strength, just solidifying the memories that I had with him and learning and managing to survive without him. You know, sometimes I know people say, you know, they wish people could live forever, but no, it doesn't work like that. But I have such beautiful memories, and I am penning them down into that book, just the way I understood my father and the privilege of me, not just as a daughter, but as a citizen of South Africa, and as a citizen of KwaZulu-Natal and of Nongoma, and just having that privilege of knowing such a man, yes, as my father, but also as such a great king. And I have the most beautiful memories, and as I'm saying, I'm really, truly honored to have known him. I think it's a journey that I have learned to embrace, just spending time on my own, and also just understanding what it all means. Losing somebody is it's a painful process, but at the same time, you should just focus on the memories. I think that's what keeps me going. And what a brave man, peaceful man, forgiving man, a man who was full of jokes. And yes, he also inspired me to also play golf. We did one round of golf, and we just had so many that we had planned, but unfortunately, I just have to carry on without him and do what I love the most, and not being pompous, you know. I'm not a pompous person, but I do come from a very powerful background, but humbling myself is one of the most important things that my father also taught me, to be humble. Humbling yourself in front of people, and not just, you know, saying, oh, this is who I am and people should throw petals. No, humbling is so important. Besides my father inspiring me, I was also inspired by a cartoon character that I used to watch in the 80s called Heidi. Heidi was my favorite cartoon, and I resonate so much with her. She was this compassionate girl who was always trying to help everybody, and I think I resonate so much with her. And my biggest dream is to go to Heidiland. I understand there's Heidiland in the Swiss Alps. That's one of my dreams, to go there, because she was real, you know. But then it's a character that I feel, you know, contributed so much towards me. There are so many things that I like to do to unwind. I like going to the beach, walking. Of late, I'm enjoying walking in the sun before 11 o'clock because I understand the benefits of just walking in the sun. And also, I'm a volunteer at my church. I would encourage everybody that, at the weekend shouldn't just be just for sitting around, but also do something meaningful in your local church or local. Just find an organization where you can contribute something, even if it's just going and visiting children or doing something at church, because there are so many programs. It's a good way to start and to get experience, and it comes with blessings. Well, it's really been an honor. It's lovely to be nominated because sometimes you're just going and running and you don't realize that someone is watching. So for me, it really is an honor to sit on this beautiful chair, and for the whole team to put it all together. It's lovely, and I wish to see more women sitting on this chair in the near future. And it's not about running a multi-billion or multi-million rand business, but it's who's watching you. The little things that you do, they really do matter.